travelling, drinking wine, fending off men, and in Lucy's case, any animals with fur. Emily and Lucy will be going down in the history books right after Bonnie and Clyde and Dawn and French, our very own powerhouse duo. I should also mention, well, it has been mentioned already, but I will mention it one more time, that it wouldn't be Lucy and Max's wedding day without Lucy insisting that there be an equal number of female to male speakers. And if you count Lucy, Emily, and myself, and Mike, the women actually trump the men. And showing all women how it's done is our maid of honour today, a kick-ass mother and the bride's ride or die. I introduce to you Emily. Yeah.
Thanks for that lovely introduction, Anna. Hi everyone. For those who I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Emily. I have known Lucy since we were 10 years old, and I am her one and only friend from school. Here we are 2 decades later, and I couldn't be happier and more proud to celebrate her wedding today. So I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about Max. The first time I heard of Max was after Lucy and Max's second date. I was chatting to Lucy and I asked how it went. I knew she'd had a very mixed bag of prior Tinder dates, so I wasn't holding my breath. But the summary from Lucy on this particular one was brief, but promising. She said, "I quite like the guy. He's actually normal. The only problem so far is that he doesn't like goat's cheese, and I don't think I trust him because of it." Whilst this was an obvious alarm bell for a cheese lover like Lucy, we decided it probably wasn't a deal breaker, and she should try not to let it get in the way of a blossoming romance. Luckily, she managed to move past it, and here we are today, not eating goat's cheese, and so Max's wedding. I've always liked Max, and I knew pretty quickly that he was going to stick around. What gave it away? Well, aside from being very funny and quite charming, for any potential partner to have a chance in the Singleton clan, they must absolutely be into sport. So far, so good for Max. Not only that, it really helps to have a competitive streak. Those of you who've been lucky enough to attend a barbecue at the Singletons, I'm sure will attest to having to earn your sausage by taking part in an obligatory table tennis tournament upon entry, usually ending with a round of sudden death, in which there can only really be one winner. So Max, another tick in the box there, especially when you beat my overly confident husband at your first table tennis match together last time. Always thank you for that. It's always fascinated me about how cool, calm and collected Max can be in the face of imminent disaster. I remember when Lucy video called me to announce the news that she was engaged to Max. I was living in New Zealand at the time, so it was first thing in the morning for me, and I think, let's just say, it was about 3 bottles of champagne down for Lucy and Max. I was obviously ecstatic, over the moon, incredibly excited, and first question obviously was, can I see the ring? To which I was met by a stunned silence on the other end of the line as Lucy glanced down at her hand and then over to Max and said, "Have you seen my ring?" To which Max calmly responded, "No, Lucy, the last I saw of it was when I put it on your finger. So no, I have not seen your ring." Cue a couple of minutes of panic turning the house upside down to try and find it, and it was on the kitchen table, thank God. Anyway, now on to Lucy. As I said, I've known Lucy for a long time, since the days where the biggest things that played on our innocent minds were, 1, how deeply tanned we could get on our upcoming holiday. 2, how blonde we could get away with highlighting our hair and it still be socially acceptable. And 3, whether we should pre-drink on Oyster Bay or vodka lemon and lime before we go out in Newbury. Whilst life has become a little more multi-dimensional since then, I'll never forget those school years filled with sport, music, watching every Harry Potter and Bridget Jones film together in the cinema, and of course some iconic Europe trips, just the two of us. Our early teens were spent playing a lot of sport: netball, hockey, rounders, running, athletics, you name it. Lucy and I probably did it. And I think it's safe to say that sport really cemented our friendship. We happened to be placed in the same house at school, along with two of our other sporty friends, Ellie and Beth. Between the four of us, we were undefeatable at every house matches, no matter the sport. Much to the annoyance of every other girl in our year. It was suggested a few times that we really should let another team win for once, which, have you met us, obviously went down like a lead balloon. And it's only now that I'm realising why we weren't in the cool group. Fast forward a few years, I turn 18, Lucy gets hold of a fake ID, and suddenly our innocent, sporty world bursts open to reveal the wonders of going out. We would don our classic bodycon skirts, sip on Oyster Bay, and take approximately 60 photos of us in exactly the same pose, with exactly the same background, before heading out in Newbury to accidentally bump into my older brother and all his good-looking friends. After dancing the night away to cheesy music, we'd hop in a taxi home, clatter around in one of our parents' kitchens, making a mountain of pesto pasta, and then pass out. So a special thank you to Helen and Andrew for putting up with that noise, and for being there for us when we occasionally needed scooping up and sobering up with a good old cup of tea. Someone once told me that friendship is like a flower, in that you need to water it regularly. Well, I can safely say that we water our friendship very regularly, sometimes to the point of saturation. One of the many things I love about Lucy is that she's a woman of many talents, and she's not shy to share them with others. Singing is one such talent that has stuck throughout the years, and rest assured Lucy will share her operatic prowess with just about anyone who will listen. On our interrailing trip around Europe when we were 19, we stopped in Croatia and decided to get on a party boat to a party island one night. For some unknown reason, Lucy decided that the boat trip presented a good opportunity to treat our fellow partygoers to a rendition of the opera song Time to Say Goodbye. However, she made an astute observation about her audience and tastefully swapped the words time to say goodbye with the words wiki wacky woo, a savagely alcoholic local cocktail. There is never a dull moment around Lucy, or Max for that matter, and I am confident that their marriage is going to be filled with much, much laughter, and I'm hoping that you might treat us to a rendition of that song later.
You'd all be very lucky.
So speaking of Lucy's talents, I'm sure it's no surprise, judging by the calibre of food here today, that she is a foodie and quite a whiz in the kitchen. She loves nothing more than getting friends and family together for a dinner party and a glass or three of wine, usually culminating with an energetic karaoke performance. She is the hostess with the mostess, even if she occasionally falls asleep in the company of her guests, leaving them to tuck her into bed, put the leftovers in the fridge, and then hunt around for the front door keys to let themselves out. So, despite a slow start in the realm of making female friends for both of us, I'm delighted to say that Lucy has more than made up for it since her uni years, and I've loved getting to know all these great girlfriends of hers. Which leads me on to giving a big shout out to the Hendu crew. A fabulous weekend in Madrid spent drinking, tapas bar crawling, singing karaoke obviously, and having pink gin squirted into our mouths from a rather graphically shaped water pistol, which I might add Lucy got rather concerningly attached to. A Hindu characterised by civilised cocktails on rooftop bars, leading to gorging on chicken nuggets in bed at 3 a.m, watching Harry Potter very loudly to drown out the sound of my breast pump, which Lucy flatteringly described as a mooing cow. In all seriousness, it was the best weekend with the best girls, and I know Lucy will be reliving the memories for years to come. Lucy, you are intelligent, thoughtful, talented in so many ways, and not to mention incredibly witty. I love that you never take yourself too seriously, and are always the best fun to be around. You're the most loving Auntie Lucy to all your friends' babies, mine included. And no matter how many miles have separated us over the years, it's great. We always pick up right where we left off. I'm so proud to call you my friend, and I'm so happy that you found your soulmate. Max, you've got a wicked sense of humour. You're the only person I know to give the Whipmeister herself a run for her money. You're kind, you're patient, and I couldn't have chosen anyone better for my best friend. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness and adventures together, and of course a good dose of healthy competition along the way. So please join me in raising your glasses to the newlyweds, Lucy and Max.
Thank you.